Hello and welcome back to another Average Racing Gamer video. Today we're going to be doing the lap time challenge around Autopolis. As you can see there, we're aiming for a 2-minute 2.6 to try and get the gold time. So here we are about to complete our first lap, which didn't count because of an off-lap excursion, so let's go around to our first complete legal lap and then we'll compare that to what ends up being our fastest at the end. So down to second, just about keep it on the circuit at turn 1. Have to give plenty of space for the braking in this car. Once again, we just about managed to keep it on the circuit. Try and balance throttle through that double apex. Try and get the right speed and the right line through this fast left. Making sure you stay as tight to the curb as possible. And finding the right braking point for this hairpin. Down to about 40 miles an hour. Now we're heading into the very technical third sector of the lap. Just keep it within track limits. Being careful not to go too fast through these corners. Otherwise you'll end up running offline and end up going slower. Keeping it tight to this second last corner. The tighter you stay, the earlier you can get on the power for the pit straight. And that is our first complete lap in this car. A 2:07. Fast forward a couple of laps, we improved to a 2:05. So it's just a case of getting confident, getting comfortable in the car. On the circuit at 2:04. So we're still a couple of seconds off where we want to be for the gold time. We can see keeping it tighter to the curb, we managed to carry a lot more speed through there than we did on our first run. Again, we actually braked earlier for that corner than we did on our first run, but we were able to carry more speed through the apex. So you have to sacrifice late braking for faster cornering speed. And certainly in cars like this, particularly road cars, the lap time is more on the exit of corners than it is on the entry of corners. So after experimenting just where that white barrier on the on the right disappears, that's the perfect braking point for this car. Just after this orange post, down one gear to about 75-80 miles an hour. Hold the speed around 70 through here. I think the optimum speed there is about 55 to 60. I was a little bit slower in that time. I carried good speed through that corner. Hug tightly to the curb so I can get on the power nice and early and across the line for what will be a pretty good lap. A 2:02.9. So about, I didn't realise it at this point, I thought that's as fast as I'm going to go. will take silver. And then you look on the theoretical best of 22.7. Well, that's not too far off the gold. 22.9, 22.6. There was only 3/10 to find. I think we'll have another go. We'll have another half dozen laps or so. Shouldn't be that hard to find 3/10 around here in this car. So our first lap back out on the track, our first complete lap back on the track is old 2:04. We managed to improve to a 2:03 flat, which is pretty much what our best is at. So now we've got a reference point to use as we go around the circuit. But I'm just struggling to get back to a low 2:03. I seem to be doing mid 2:03s. It's almost as if this is my level at this circuit. We just about managed to beat our best again, but only by fractions. And we come across the line again on our 11th lap. And really I thought, 11 laps, 2:03.0. I'm not gonna beat it. However, as you can see from our theoretical best, that is good enough for a gold. So all I need to do is put those 3 sectors together in 1 lap. So let's go again, shall we? So just very simply, all we have to do is put our 3 best sector times together in 1 lap. We know we can do it, we know we've got the speed, so let's just put it together. So our first lap out, the 2:03.2, so we've got to find about 6/10 of a second on that time. So let's see what we can get from this lap time. And as you can see on this lap already, if you can just about see it at the bottom there, we're already half a second up through the first corner. Carried good speed into that corner. Try and keep it consistent through this double apex right left-hander. Nice and tight to this slow right-hander on the power as early as possible. Nice and tight through this flowing left on the power as early as possible. Losing a little bit of time, but we're roughly 5.5, 6/10 up, which is pretty much where we need to be. Nice exit from the hairpin. Carry the speed all the way down. So good speed through that corner. Ran a little bit wide through there. But we are still managing to carry the speed. Good speed through that double right-hander. Went a little bit wide, but it seemed to be able to promote carrying the speed. We just momentarily hit 7/10 up. And as we cross the line, it will be a 6/10 improvement for a 2:02.5, which is enough currently to be inside the top 3% of the fastest lap time. So that will be it for today's video. Took a couple of attempts, but we got there in the end. Thank you very much for joining me. See you again for another Average Racing Gamer video. Cheers.
テーション